Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. My name is Lakna if you're new. In this video, I am going to talk about the upcoming new moon, which is happening on May 26th. And in Vedic astrology, this new moon is happening in the sign of Taurus and in the nakshatra called Rohini. So stay tuned for some of my insights. If you see me looking down, I am just reading off of some of my notes that I very crazily wrote down during and processing during this meditation about this new moon that we are leading into. And I do feel that these insights are not only for myself but for the collective, so bear with me. It's all like there's a lot of stuff just that I've written and like dot points and just like arrows everywhere, so just bear with me. So this new moon, it's happening in Taurus, and the new moon is a start of a new chapter. It's the time for us to plant the seeds to grow, for our intentions to grow and flourish. And that is such a really great analogy to use with especially this new moon, because Rohini there is that image of the flourishing, the seeds that you harvest and they just flourish and grow in abundance. And that is so Venusian, it's Taurian as well. It's like the connection to the earth, connection to the flourishing of the beauty of the garden. That's so like, earth is connected to the heart. The earth is green, the heart chakra is green. It's all like this big beautiful energy of the heart. And planting those seeds is very on point with the new moon. The new moon is the time to reset our goals and our intentions and our focus. And the deity that rules Rohini is Lord Brahma, and Brahma is the creator of our universe. And it's time now to reflect on how we have created our life, our little universes up until now. So the new moon is that time to introspect and reflect and go within, meditate, journal, and see what comes up, to see how we want to shift our creation and our focus. And the way that we create our life is through our focus, which comes through firstly our thoughts and our beliefs and our feelings about our life. Our intentions are our focus. There's also our visualization that creates our life, and our prayers, which is very linked in with our intentions. And then there is that aligned, inspired action that we take based upon our thoughts and our beliefs and our goals and our intentions and our focus. So these are massive themes, I guess, to think about, especially at the time of any new moon, but especially this one, is how we want to shift our focus. What things do we want to focus less on, and what do we want to focus more on, and what do we want to prioritize? Because Taurus also rules the second house in astrology, which is a lot to do with our priorities and our goals and our values. The second house is what we value, and it's our self-worth as well. So it's time to think about that, because if we truly value ourselves and if we love ourselves and we're overflowing with that, then that also has a direct correlation to your voice. The second house also rules your throat, so it's all to do with the throat chakra. Actually, is a big thing. Our throat, it's our speaking from our inner truth And of course, I've got a bit of a cough and I'm stumbling with my words. Like, it's just an indication to me that I also need to do some work here. But yeah, our ability to speak clearly and confidently and share our truth with not only ourselves but with the world, and that inner voice that we have as well. So all of this throat chakra stuff, and also the food that we eat and what we consume. So it's not just food that we're consuming, like what else do we consume in, like, energetically everything is sort of consuming us in a way, like, or we are consuming in, like, the food that we eat, the things that we watch on TV, what the music that we listen to, the people that we interact with, all of this is some sort of energetic consumption. So yeah, it's time to focus on that. Some of the creations of our life and the manifestations that have been created through our energetic field and the intentions that we've put out, some of these intentions are not actually consciously intentional. Some of it is subconscious programming. It's the limited beliefs that we have taken on through childhood. And Taurus, the second house ruler, the second house also rules our very early childhood upbringing. So it's all connected. Our inner child really needs to be looked at to see what subconscious programming that we have that is limiting us. And the more that we heal these things, the more that we open up our heart. And an open heart means we are more in alignment with that feminine energy of flow and openness and allowing and receptivity to our intuition, to the creative flow, to trusting, to all of that aligned energy that is just really in flow and in harmony with the universe. And then we take aligned, inspired actions through that, and we create what is truly aligned with our heart and our soul. And yeah, so the family upbringing is another, and like early childhood upbringing is another part of that second house. And I've also got here that need to heal the throat chakra, and that is coming up, the way that we speak to ourselves, the internal dialogue, and really having a look at what our goals and our values and our priorities are, and if that aligns with ourselves and with our heart. But also the throat chakra is very connected to our sacral. So there is that sensual energy that is also really coming up right now. The sacral chakra is super sensual and sexual and just like really flowy. It's about tapping into our creative essence, our feminine energy of flowing and doing whatever we feel called to do through that energy of flow and connection to the divine. So we might be called to do some art, do some yoga, do some dancing, whatever it is. It's about taking that step to do what is in flow in that creative feminine way. This sacral energy is also about just really enjoying our life and the sweetness of our life and loving our life. It's really connected to that energy of Venus and that sweetness, even like eating sweet foods that are healthy, like fruits, like fresh organic fruit, and like dates, dark chocolate. That is really going to help you tap into your sacral. And I've got written down a few things for each of the 5 senses, which is very sacral and very Taurus. So like tapping into the feeling energy of your body and touch. So you can do things like yoga and movement, and also like grounding your energy and putting your bare feet, touching them with the earth. That's very tapped into Taurus and that energy of feeling. also like connecting with people, and yeah, like human touch. That is such a powerful thing. If you're in a relationship, you know, connect with your partner. If you're not, maybe what else can you do to feel that human touch? Like you can do things for yourself. You can have a bath, like connect with the touch of the different elements like water and with the earth. Maybe go and get a massage. Taste, so eating what you feel intuitively called to eat, like a really nourishing meal. I personally really recommend fasting at the time of the new moon, especially if you feel like that aligns with you. Do like fast, juice fast, water fast, or yeah, whatever you feel called to do. Herbal teas as well, like connecting with the healing medicine of nature. Highly recommend doing that. With the sense of smell, incense, candles, any sort of aromatherapy. For your sight, you could have a meditation where you're looking at a flame. The purity of that flame will give you so much clarity and connection to your soul. Decluttering your space so that visually you can see and also feel energetically more calm and more spacious. Decluttering your space externally also creates space internally. For sound, there's so many things with sound these days. There's so much healing music and frequencies that you can listen to. Things like 432 hertz or binaural beats, or if you play any instruments, connecting with that, saying affirmations to yourself, and even just no sound, like a silent meditation. I love doing silent meditations where you just like literally don't listen to anything except what wants to come up, and you're decluttering your mind in that way. So as you create this sacred safe space for yourself on the day of the new moon, incorporating all of the five senses if you can, and taking that time and space out for yourself to tap into that feminine essence of really surrendering, being open, being receptive, listening to your intuition, slowing down, and meditating, journaling, whatever comes up, and decluttering your mind in that way. Then you can also start to plant new seeds of intention for this new chapter that you are starting. What are you wanting to shift now in your reality? What new things have come up? Because there's always new things coming up. Even as we progress and we heal and we carry more love and more light in our beings, we still have to go back to these new moons that come up. We have to, as we take 2 steps forward, there's also 3 steps back that we then take to integrate our previous life experience with the higher level of consciousness that we're now carrying. So yeah, think about these things and planting these new seeds of intention, and thinking about how are you going to nurture these seeds so that they grow and flourish. So your beautiful garden, how are these seeds going to be maintained? So you need to water them every day. What are the daily tasks that you need to do to ensure that they are watered and that they feel loved and nurtured and seen? And then how are you going to maintain this garden once it grows and flourishes? Do you need to weed the garden and get rid of all of the dirty bits? So that is the act of going through and rewiring and shifting the limiting beliefs that we have, the subconscious programming that is not serving us. So those things need to come up to be cleared. And the new moon is a powerful time to make space for that, when this is the dark moon, where we have that ability to tap into the darkest parts of our soul and our psyche. In this nakshatra of Rohini, there is the symbol of the ox cart or the chariot. And Rohini is also a Rajasic sign, which was both of these elements. So the chariot obviously symbolizes travel and movement, and Rajasic energy is all about taking action and moving as well. So there is a lot of energy to take action and to move. So there is that illumination of that at this time, of how important it is to always move. And through always moving your energy, you are creating. And Lord Brahma rules this nakshatra, the lord of creation of our universe. So creation never ends. There's always more and more things to create, more and more inspired ideas to do and to create, and things are constantly happening and shifting, and energy doesn't stop moving. So it is that, I guess, reminder for us to move our energy on the day of the new moon. It could be moving your body, like through yoga, to actually move and release things, or any sort of spiritual practice, like breath work as well, like moving the prana. It's also that sign of not just moving your body in that way, but moving, like taking action towards your goals and making sort of a intention or plan for your goals and what you want to achieve. And anything is possible as long as you've got the plan to do it, and the intentions and the focus. I've got written down a few quotes. So the first one is, "An idle mind is a devil's playground," which is really just illuminating that energy of tamasic energy, which is inactivity. And inactivity is so necessary at times. You will know if you need that to rest, to recover, to rejuvenate. Too much Rajasic energy of taking action does lead to burnout. Tamasic energy, sometimes we need to have a break, have a holiday, have a drink, go out with your friends, and like just do things that are not so spiritual, but sometimes you just need a break, and that is important. But too much inactivity and lethargy and not moving your energy actually leads to depression. So that's where that quote comes in, "An idle mind is a devil's playground." And this energy of Rohini is really highlighting to us how important it is to always move, no matter where you're at, even if it's just like a light movement of your body, a light stretch, a bit of yoga, even if it's like a little thing to get you out of your comfort zone and get you moving and get you creating, because the creation process literally never ends. There's like always more and more to create in our abundant universe. And if you're blocking your energy from moving, that's when things get stagnant, and that's when issues start to arise. The second quote that I've got written down is by Napoleon Hill. It's the quote that indecision crystallizes into doubt, and the two blend together and they become fear. So indecision is similar to inactivity, because if you're not being decisive, you're not really taking any action, and that is connected to not trusting yourself, being doubtful of yourself, and that is also connected to your self-worth and you valuing yourself and being tapped into that feminine energy of trust, of flow, of openness. So being indecisive will then lead to doubt of yourself and your abilities and your connection to the universe. Really, it's like having a disconnect with that trust in and faith in the beautiful abundance and love and truth of our universe, the truth which is love. So being disconnected from that will lead to indecision, will lead to doubt, and then that becomes fear. And if this is happening to you, it's all perfect. It's all a part of the process of contrast that is so necessary, because Actually, this theme came up also in the previous full moon in Vishaka, which is this ability to enter into the realms of the heavens. And Rohini, interestingly, is the star that is connected to the energy of the heavens. So the full moon energy, the previous full moon energy, is what we're releasing and letting go of more so that we can connect with this energy. So it's like really what is holding us back from entering the heavens and staying in this place. And with the human experience, the only way to really enjoy and appreciate and understand this heavenly energy, which is a frequency, the only way to really understand that is by experiencing the contrast, which comes through those feelings like fear and disconnect from our truth, which is love. So the human experience does require us to sometimes disconnect from ourselves and from love, from like these heavier emotions like fear and doubt and stress and anxiety. They do need to come up, and it's all perfect, and we learn to transmute those energies. We learn to transmute those energies better and better with time and with experience. And that contrast, there is so much purpose in that. It gives us this energy of growth and wisdom and awareness, empathy, appreciation, and that growth energy that keeps coming up with this star. Growth is a part of the creation process. As we create more, we grow more. That garden, the seeds are planting, they're growing, and they're getting bigger and flourishing. And then the garden becomes like, if it was to continue to grow at an unmatchable speed to where our consciousness is at, how are we going to maintain that garden? It's going to become a chaos. We won't have enough time and space to weed the areas that need weeding, and water. Maybe it'll be too much plants to even for us to be able to water. So that's why when we progress a few steps forward, we also have to go back a few, like 2 or 3 steps back as well, to integrate and process our life experience with that more light and awareness that we have. And then we're more solid and stable and more grounded and able to water our flourishing garden. One last thing I will mention is to really have a look at your own personal birth chart and where you have Taurus in your chart, which house you have Taurus, if you have any planets in Taurus or any planets aspecting Taurus. So this would be any earth signs and also any fixed signs, and also Scorpio especially be opposite. So that will be really like activated at the time of this new moon. And yeah, do some deep reflection, do some of the ritual practices that you can do to really help yourself feel safe, to connect as deeply as you can and see what comes up, and replant the seeds and pick out the weeds that need weeding. And really, it's that time for a renewal of your garden at the time of this new moon. So I hope that you can all really connect with that beautiful energy, that beautiful Venusian feminine energy. Taurus is ruled by Venus, but Rohini is ruled by the moon. So it's just like double the essence of that feminine, powerful feminine energy of really going within and listening to ourselves and trusting the intuition and feeling the feelings and all of that beautiful, sensual, creative energy and that natural flow state alignment that comes through all of that. So I hope that you're all able to tap into that, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.